As expected, the Reserve Bank of India has maintained status quo in the key policy rates. A repo rate has been kept unchanged at 6.25%, while the statutory liquidity ratio, or SLR, has been cut by 50 basis points. The RBI has said policy decision consistent with neutral stance. That's the latest that's coming in. The RBI has kept the repo rate unchanged as expected, as anticipated. The Reserve Bank of India has maintained status quo in the key policy rates. Our chief business correspondent, Sumit Chaturvedi, is joining us now on the broadcast to break this down. Over to you, Sumit. We will just try and reconnect with our correspondent, Sumit, but that's the latest that's coming in. The Reserve Bank of India, as anticipated, as expected, has maintained status quo when it comes to key policy rates. The repo rate has been kept unchanged at 6.25%, while the SLR, which is the statutory liquidity ratio, has been cut by 50 basis points. The RBI has said that policy decision is consistent with a neutral stance. That's the latest coming in as far as the crucial credit policy is concerned. Our chief business correspondent, Sumit Chaturvedi, is now joining us for more on this. Over to you, Sumit.
Well, Molly, today's monetary policy, the Reserve Bank of India has kept the policy rate unchanged, the repo rate unchanged at 6.25%, as widely expected, while lowering its prediction for inflation after recent data showed consumer prices rising more slowly. But the RBI has also cut its inflation projection, opening up room for rate cuts in the future. Also, RBI has said that the implementation of GST is not expected to have a material impact on overall inflation. But if we talk about the overall commentary of RBI, it has been dovish so far. It has said that there are upside risks to inflation in the second half of the year because of two factors, farm and civil. But there are global political risks which will remain elevated as far as the risks are concerned. But data also says that there have been effects of the ban on price formation. But on the expected lines, we can say that, to sum it up, that major rates, the major policy rates have been kept unchanged at 6.25%. But the cut in 50 bps of SLR can impact property prices something.
Right, so lower inflation and slowing growth perhaps are the main points for which have been taken under consideration, which have led to this status quo, Sumit. But also, as we've been discussing, this move is coming along expected lines.
Absolutely, Molly. We all were expecting, the analysts were, the polls were expecting that there will be no major cut in rates. One major reason is that GST will be implemented from next month onwards. So any change in rate cuts would have actually given some kind of jitters to, in fact, that has been increased. It's that the jitters to corporate India, because they're already grappling to meet the July 1st deadline. So that's why there's no major change which was expected. And that's what has been maintained today as well.
All right, let's leave it there for the moment. So, Sumit Chaturvedi joining us for more on the RBI credit policy. No surprises there. Along expected lines, the Reserve Bank of India has maintained status quo.